As the US dollar continues to lose its appeal globally and domestically, is the United States government going to impose harsh regulations on cryptocurrencies soon in an attempt to maintain power and control over the financial system? Hello, I'm Crypto Casey, and welcome to another episode of Crypto This Week. Every Sunday, we explore the latest global news stories affecting the crypto markets, as well as the ever-changing macroeconomic environment of the world at large. If you're interested in seeing more content like weekly curated news and how it affects the crypto markets, please let me know by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and clicking the bell notification to stay up to date on all of my latest videos. This video is brought to you by iTrustCapital. If you are interested in trading crypto tax-free within a tax-sheltered retirement account, like a traditional or a Roth IRA, iTrustCapital is a great option. They have the lowest transaction fees in the industry at 1%, zero service fees, and will soon be the first and only crypto retirement account provider that supports DeFi activity like staking. So scroll down to the description area below to access iTrustCapital's correct and official site, all while supporting the channel. Cool. There is rampant scamming activity happening in the finance and crypto space right now, with people and bots duplicating social media accounts of influencers and educators in the financial space like myself. So the only official accounts I have are listed in the description area of these videos. Anything not listed in the description area of these videos is 100% a scammer. I will never direct message you. I will never ask you for money or crypto. I will never ask you to install profit generating or mining software on your computer. I do not offer consulting services. I do not offer investment services or anything remotely similar. So only use the links in the description area to access my only official profiles. And please make sure to report any scam profiles that try to follow you and message you, because their only goal is to steal your money and your crypto. So stay vigilant in these crazy times, crypto fam. Awesome. Let's hit Crypto This Week. What's going on with the US dollar and inflation? Well, if you tuned in last week, one of the questions we pondered was whether or not the government was going to fire up the money printer again to issue more stimulus checks amid rampant inflation. And this week, we've got some answers. Stimulus checks for inflation. Here are the states planning to send money to residents. California. Governor Gavin Newsom said he's proposing to send direct payments of $400 per vehicle to state residents with a cap of 2 vehicles. The checks could arrive as soon as July, pending approval from California lawmakers. As soon as July, 4 whole months from now. Good old government efficiency at its best. Georgia. Governor Kemp signed a bill that will send rebates to taxpayers who have filed returns for 2020 and 2021. The state will send $250 to people who filed as single taxpayers, $375 to head of household, and $500 for married filing jointly. Hawaii. In January, Governor David Ige proposed sending $100 to each taxpayer and their dependents. That means $400 for a family of 4. Idaho. In February, Governor Brad Little signed a bill that includes $350 million in tax rebates. It will apply to 12% of an individual's 2020 Idaho income tax return, or $75 for each taxpayer. Indiana. Indiana residents will receive $125 each after they file their taxes in 2022 due to higher than projected tax revenue, according to the Indy Star. Maine. Governor Mills wants to send $850 to most residents as part of the state's budget bill. Okay, finally a more decent number, even though it's based on this completely trash data. Her office said that the average resident will spend $560 more this year than last due to inflation. Minnesota. Governor Tim Walz has released a plan for spending the state's budget surplus that included a proposal for income tax rebate checks of $1,000 per couple. New Jersey. Governor Phil Murphy included cash checks of up to $500 to about 1 million families as part of a budget deal last year. New Mexico. Governor Michelle Grisham signed a law to provide $250 rebate checks for individuals and $500 for married couples. New York. Governor Kathy Hochul is proposing tax relief for New Yorkers through a $1 billion property tax rebate program. The average benefit of the property tax rebate would be about $970 for homeowners outside of New York City, according to Bloomberg News. Yes, for all of those people that are lucky enough to own homes in New York, which is probably not a lot in this market. Virginia. Lawmakers in Virginia are expected to pass tax relief in the form of a rebate check, although the amount isn't clear yet. Nice. Pretty amazing how one of the main ways we are trying to support people in the midst of record-breaking inflation is by further decreasing the purchasing power of money by printing more of it, which is what got us here in the first place, among other things. In addition to losing purchasing power, the US dollar's global standing as the top reserve currency has lost ground to China's yuan and others, says IMF. The dollar's dominance has been dented due to central banks looking to diversify their holdings. China has pushed for greater adoption of the yuan and recently held talks with Saudi Arabia for a yuan-based oil deal. Very interesting. Movement away from the dollar as the cornerstone of the international reserve system is underway as rises in other countries' roles cause them to become more attractive as a non-traditional reserve currency, like we saw last week in the story we covered about Russia and India resurrecting the Cold War era rupee-ruble mechanism of trade. And now this week, China's talks with Saudi Arabia for a yuan-based oil deal. And 2, other countries' need for and reliance on the US dollar exposes them to potential sanctions and political leverage like we saw happen against Russia. So we've got rupee, ruble, yuan, and the US dollar, all of this centrally controlled medium of exchange, ever-inflating, faith in governments-backed fiat, battling it out. How will this pan out? Well, let's explore this together in this interesting article. Bitcoin is overtaking the world's previously most popular brand, the US dollar. Comparing Bitcoin to a brand and looking at how Apple became larger than Coca-Cola can give us a glimpse into how Bitcoin will overtake the dollar. This article covers a Twitter Space conversation where Tomer Strolight compares Coca-Cola to the US dollar as the world's formerly most powerful brand and likens Apple's rise to Bitcoin as the thing that will overtake the dollar. Coca-Cola was once the king of brands, but once Apple came along, software became bigger than products with its ephemeral, intangible value. Strolight says Apple overtook Coca-Cola in value not because they were selling electronic components, which are commoditized, but because they had amazing software where it did things that no other company's software was able to do, and this is what we pay for. People pay for the incredible experience that software creates. By viewing the dollar as a brand, it is Coca-Cola in this analogy. The US dollar doesn't have software. Bitcoin is software. Strolight talks about all the reasons Bitcoin is a solid brand. It doesn't have a marketing division nor a budget. The name rolls off the tongue, and it's obvious that it's digital money because bits are digital and coins are money. It's easy to spell and it works in any language. Bitcoin as a brand with software at the core is on track to take over the legacy system. Bullish. But we all know the US dollar is not going down without a fight. Biden's proposal for a new digital currency is an attack on liberty. A central bank digital currency would put even greater authority in the hands of a small number of bureaucrats. While the world remains focused on the tragic situation in Ukraine, the Biden administration is preparing to launch America's first government-backed digital currency. If a new digital currency is rolled out, it could substantially reduce individual rights and give the Federal Reserve and the national government significantly more power over the US economy. This is a truly remarkable and deeply troubling development. If a CBDC were to be created, it would dramatically expand the power and influence of the federal government and Federal Reserve in ways most Americans won't understand until it's too late to roll the CBDC back. Yes, this would be an extremely terrible event. If the US government created a CBDC and was successfully able to force us to use it, before your paycheck hits your account, any parking tickets, child support, alimony, taxes, fees, etc. will have been taken out first, leaving you with the balance, assuming that there is one. Also, the government could control what you are able to purchase. For example, if they decide you have unhealthy eating habits, your money would only work to purchase food items they deem appropriate and restrict you from everything else. Or if you are a protester, or if your beliefs don't drive with theirs, they can easily penalize you through the financial system. And they could definitely prevent people from using their money to invest in cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. Very bearish. So if there is anything we need to be mindful of and vigilant about throughout this year, it's to do our best to spread awareness of the US's impending central bank digital currency, its implications for the future in our lives, and fight against it. The government and lobbyists will spend tons of money spreading propaganda that this is a great move for the US and will help everyone and make the world a better place, but it absolutely will not. Why would unions, environmental groups, and business lobbyists be involved in the creation of a new currency unless that currency is programmable? Perhaps the most disconcerting of all is that a programmable central bank digital currency could be altered at any point in the future, giving it the potential to be politicized or to be subject to even greater restrictions. Very scary. So let's wrap things up with one final scary thing that probably affects a lot of us. Google issues emergency security warning for 3.2 billion Chrome users. Attacks underway. All Chrome users are therefore advised to ensure their browsers are updated as a matter of urgency. So if you are a Chrome user, make sure you click the update button in the top right-hand corner of your screen to ensure that you are using the latest version of Chrome to protect yourself from potentially becoming a victim of a cyber attack. And if you haven't already, please consider securing your data, privacy, and yourself at large by investing in a VPN or virtual private network provider. As a crypto investor, using a VPN is an easy, effective, and important way we can further protect our investments and pretty much all of the data that we pass between ourselves and the internet. NordVPN is my personal favorite. I've been using them for several years, and they are one of the best in the industry. NordVPN is giving us the chance to redeem their 2-year protection plan at a 70% discount, plus 1 month free when you scroll down and use the link in the description area below, all while supporting the channel. Awesome. Well, that was Crypto This Week with me, Crypto Casey. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more crypto content. Also, click the bell notification to stay up to date on all of the latest videos. So do you live in one of the states that is considering more stimulus? What do you think about the dollar's decreasing dominance? Are you going to help spread the word about the US government's plans for a central bank digital currency? Let me know in the comments below. Be safe out there.